A lot of guys, and Quan Smart is one of the returning starters from last year in an offense for SEMO that led their conference.
Huff, Che, Millen, Zedek, and Alexis scored 58 points combined yesterday out of the team's 77, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, and Chattanooga just trying to wash that taste out of their mouth of losing that 20-point lead against Evansville last time out.
Hawks will start on the defensive, and a quick turnover. Now these two teams playing the recap of a 3-day tournament here in Chattanooga. And the Mocs suffering their first loss on Friday night. Looking for a win here at home. Their only loss this year has come here in the Roundhouse. And for Southeast Missouri, they are also coming off of a loss as well. A turnover on one end, a missed shot on the other, and we're underway.
And for Southeast Missouri, they've just had a tough time scoring this season. And we just talked about how they led their league in scoring last year and won a conference title. But so far this season, shooting 39% from the field, 31% from three, and 57% from the free throw line. Just unable to get anything going in so far this season.
Yeah, that'll make you 1-4 in a hurry. They've lost to Grand Canyon, Butler, along with Evansville, who they have played twice now. Winning over Central Arkansas by 2, and then the loss 93-74 yesterday again to Evansville. Chattanooga will come away with a rebound, and Che to Huff. Honor Huff, who has not played well in the last two first halves, is hoping to get off to a better start today.
Well, it's been the guard combo really for Chattanooga of Huff and Che that have not played well, and right on cue, Honor Huff nails a three.
First basket of the game for either team, as we've gotten off to a bit of a shaky start. One personal foul already, one turnover in this game. Post-entry pass is bobbled there. Honor Huff steps in front, denies the basketball. It rolls out of bounds, and the possession will belong to Chattanooga with a new shot clock.
Honor Huff is such a quick twitch athlete. He can change directions quickly, and he just anticipated that pass, was able to get a hand on it to force the turnover. Turnover issues have been one of the problems that SEMO has had this season.
Che, the bounce pass to Huff. This is Zedek right here. Zedek has been the bright spot so far off the back stanchion. And one of the players, and this might be going down hard on the floor, is their leading scorer in Adam Larson.
Boy, and you hate to see that. And I was just about to say something about Larson and what a great shooter he is and how important he is to this team. He's averaging almost 11 points per game. He can fill it up from three, but he landed awkwardly and immediately grabbed that foot, and he's having issues putting any kind of weight on it. That is terrible to see.
And you can see how thin he is. And Zedek matched up well against him. And now Zedek will go to the free throw line, looking for his first couple of points here.
Yeah, Larson, he's 6'9", but like you said, that they want to get some more weight on his frame, but they cannot afford to lose him.
Zedek is shooting 73% from the free throw line on the year. Came into this game 11 out of 15 attempts. Makes one, misses one, and Alexis digs it out for the rebound.
Coach Dan Earl describes Sam Alexis as an elite rebounder, and he is really, that's one part of his game that, or anybody's game for that matter, that is really, it's foolproof. It should always be there for you every night.
Yeah. They say rebounding and defense, they both pack well,
That's right, exactly.
Open for three. Won't go down. Millen with the rebound. Chattanooga will move quickly in transition here.
This is one thing Coach Dan Earl said. He said, I have not openly told the guys that we need to feed Sam Alexis, but the guys know that he has been the best player on the court for Chattanooga so far this season.
And Josh Early tried to defend there, and Alexis just kept backing him up to extend the lead 6-0. Rob Martin comes to the free throw line. Corner shot for the first points of the day.
the defensive pressure for Chattanooga is really good right now. They are closing out on shooters. They are really hustling around on defense.
Chattanooga has 4 rebounds, and now they have 9 points. Honor Huff hits his second of the game. He has made 16 on the season, and we had just mentioned that he had gotten off to some slow starts here, going 0 for 4 in the first game of this tournament and then struggling in the second game of this tournament. But you can see right here, Will, you mentioned this to me the other day. He doesn't necessarily have to have a picture-perfect look at the basket.
No, he's such a great shooter from everywhere on the court, really, and I'm surprised he didn't stare us down on the way back. Like, look, guys, it's the first half, and I'm making shots. But, no, you know what kind of shooting talent that Honor Huff is, and you just have to get him going a little bit earlier. And I think sometimes for Chattanooga that has been forced a little bit between he and Che, but a great start for Honor Huff.
Southeast Missouri 0 for 3 so far in this game. Adam Larson missed a three-point attempt. Smart missed a pair of three-point attempts. And they are still, again, looking for their first points of this contest here.
SEMO will bring in TJ Beal off the bench. He's a 6'7" junior out of Canada. It gives him a little bit more length.
Short off the front of the rim. Millen works the baseline. He'll be tied up, and the possession arrow is in favor of Chattanooga.
Physical drive by Tyler Millen, and he ran into Idada in the paint, and David Idada is a 7-footer. He is a very big man.
Chattanooga's made 3 out of their last 4 shots here. Off to a very good start, trying to get the taste out of their mouth from what happened on Friday. Millen fights for the rebound. And with that length, he comes out of there. Now he'll shoot. Millen almost turned a rebound into some points. Instead, he'll back up, and Chattanooga will recollect on defense.
Chattanooga winning a lot of scrambles right now for the basketball. They have 6 rebounds so far to SEMO's 2.
Fading hook off the mark. Chattanooga now with another rebound. From that far side, the freshman with the shot, Melson. Melson taking the 3, didn't get it to go down, but Chattanooga goes to the 16-minute break with a 9-0 lead.
The holidays on Dale's farm weren't very festive until he saved big on a Bluetooth speaker with Amazon's Cyber Monday deals. And now?
Mamacita.
That llama is part dancer, part prancer. Shop Cyber Monday deals now at Amazon.
And the toys that he will leave.
Around here, we like to keep things simple and honest.
Sure do. That's why at Progressive, we show you rates from other companies, even if they're lower than ours, so you can choose what's best for your family.
Comparing rates used to be a hard day's work, but not with AutoQuote Explorer.
Need me to help again?
No.
So join us and taste why Progressive is the name people trust. Sorry, are we talking about apples now or insurance? Why is that funny?
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for $229 a month. Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealer.
Chattanooga Mocs are flying high this afternoon. So is today's drone footage, which is being brought to you by Crystal Air. Kick off your next vacation by flying Crystal Air. Chattanooga will making 3 out of 4 so far.
Honor Huff is on fire so far. 2 of 2 from 3. He has 6 points, and it's exactly what Chattanooga came in looking for, was early game production from their backcourt.
We left you with a foul. We return to the free throw line.
At the line for Chattanooga, number 4, Sam Alexis.
Sam Alexis already has 1 field goal in this game. He is a 54% free throw shooter, so if you're looking for something in the game to improve, that would be it.
Spoke to Coach Earl this morning, and he said that one thing that Sam Alexis is going to have to work on that he's not familiar with is when that double team comes and how to react to it. He's going to start seeing more and more of that, and he just has to feel it. And he said that we would like him to pass out of that a little faster than he has been.
He has 32 points and 21 rebounds in the last 2 games, and he fails on both attempts there. This is Stacker who had it. And the lid on the basket remains for SEMO.
Just ice cold.
Davis to Alexis on the trailer.
That is an underrated part of Sam Alexis' game, that if that part develops, that's going to be scary.
He has an early 5 in this one. The lob down low. Idada unable from short range to roll one in off his finger. Oh, correction, he got it off his fingertips.
SEMO just especially now missing Adam Larson out to injury. They are just looking for somebody that can provide some steady scoring.
Shot clock down to 4. Honor Huff. Very little he could do there, and he misses long off the back of that rim. 10-point advantage for Chattanooga here. Martin swings it around the top. Just missing from range, T.J. Beal, who is 2 out of 13 this year from that distance, and I don't think that's the shot that they want from him.
No, probably not. And you get a view there of Randy Brady for Chattanooga. And, Todd, I think you mentioned earlier that SEMO's played a lot of guys. They've played 12, 13 guys so far this season. Chattanooga's really done the opposite. They have not found a whole lot of depth. They have played 7, 8 guys for the majority of this season. So Chattanooga looking for guys like Randy Brady to step up.
Red Hawks had 3 looks at it, and dropping it through is Beal on the 3rd attempt. So a real aggressive approach to rebounding pays off for the Red Hawks. Turnover. And for Chattanooga, their first of the game.
Yeah, Demetrius Davis lost the handle on it and really forces Randy Brady into committing a foul there. Good job by Brady, seeing that they were behind on numbers and just committing a foul there to stop the break.
This is the 4th in-tournament appearance for the Red Hawks under the leadership of Brad Korn. And they are 3-4 all time in those mid-season events. Thrown away, and it was tipped and out of play. The shot clock will stay at 19.
Yeah, and Brad Korn's bunch last year, we mentioned that they won the Ohio Valley tournament. They were the 5th seed in that tournament and really completed 2 upsets, with the last being against Tennessee Tech for the conference title.
Ward stops from there and hits from there. A guy that shoots 22% from behind that three-point line gets his team to 12-7.
Yeah, and only his 10th attempt from 3 this year.
Second turnover for Chattanooga here in the first half. Mishandled at the top of the key, and then the runner.
Both these teams want to get out and run. And now it's another guy pulling up, Aquan Smart. He's limping a little bit.
Rudy Fitzgibbons in the corner had it.
Boy, Smart is really wincing on the block now.
Shot clock under 7. Zedek double teamed on the post. And that ball goes out of bounds, and they will reset the shot clock on the foul.
As important as Adam Larson was for SEMO, Aquan Smart is just as important. So you hope he's okay. In the only game that SEMO has won this year was against Central Arkansas, and Aquan Smart had the game winner in that game with 7 seconds left. So he's a returning starter. They only have one other returning starter, Todd, and it's Dylan Branson, and he's out with the injury.
In the game for the Red Hawks, number 22, Gavin Oakenhill.
Zidek at the free throw line.
Sean Casano, number 77, Myles Che.
Extending that lead. And now doubling up the Red Hawks. Now Zidek has played a lot of minutes and he's been able to stay out of foul trouble. The most he's had in a game this year has been 3, and you have to believe that Dan Earl is happy that his biggest guy on the floor is prone to staying out of foul trouble.
He's very smart. You can tell he's played a lot of college basketball. The transfer from Pepperdine, he's very heady. I mean, he does not get himself in trouble.
At lead now, down to 4 after the 3. And away from the ball, and Chattanooga's turned it over. So Chattanooga has had some turnover difficulties here in this first half. And the Red Hawks have taken advantage of those turnovers to get some points here.
Yeah, it was the third for Chattanooga, and both these teams want to get out and play fast, so sometimes that can lead to a little bit of sloppy basketball now and then. And Adam Larson back in the game, Todd.
Their leading scorer gets his man in the air. Feeds it into the corner. They try the paint, and they mishandle the ball.
Just want to see how Larson's moving. He's at the top of the screen in the corner.
Che off the screen. Bobs the head, draws the foul. So Chattanooga will go back to the free throw line. When we come back, they have seen that lead shrink to 4 on some three-point shooting by the Red Hawks, who have now made 2 out of 6 here in the first half.
If your tamer passions include climbing, hang gliding, and river surfing, some may call you a hair-on-fire risk taker. We'd say, nah. They might not realize you're also a nonconformist, craft curator, history buff, art-loving experience collector. But as the Chattanoogan, we just call you one of us.
Lately, the corporal doesn't always report for duty.
Men's health problems aren't easy to talk about, but it may help to know that it's not just you. Erectile dysfunction affects millions of men and their partners, so the experts at Erlanger Urology make it easy to talk and offer the latest treatments to help you feel great again. To learn more, visit itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
Chattanooga is the home of the next big thing for business. With the first ever community-wide 25 gig network, the world's fastest internet just got faster. EPB delivers multi-gig speeds right to your business right now. So to keep your business growing and push the limits of technology, we've got world-class business solutions right here at home. Be the next big thing with EPB for Business.
There's the head coach. There's the head coach's head. There's the guy, Dan Earl. You spent a lot of time with him earlier today.
Yeah, we talked about that last time out for them. Chattanooga gave up a 20-point second-half lead. He's like, look, I knew we weren't going to go undefeated, okay? So it's not the loss that necessarily surprises you. It's the way in which it happened. You know, he said it just kind of, we went cold, and it was a mixture of Evansville had a player just go insane.
Yeah.
Henrichhouse, right?
Yep.
And he had 27, I believe, in that game, and then 28 against SEMO.
Yeah, he again, he's going to be the tournament MVP.
Dan Earl said, look, we knew he was going to make some shots. We just didn't know he was going to make all the shots.
We're getting looked for the first time this year. You see him up there in the post wearing number 5 for Chattanooga, Sean Cusano. And this is Che in that corner where he feels most comfortable.
Chattanooga guards trying to debunk the first half theory that we had, huh?
Pushes the lead to 16 here. Ward coming around the pick. Well, the Red Hawks have steadied themselves here in this first half for certain.
They really have. You can feel them. They're just playing with a little bit more confidence. And this is where they've struggled, is in the half-court offense, and miss another three there.
Rebound is handled by Fitzgibbons. And Fitzgibbons to Che. The little floater.
Great touch there by Che. That was a good drive and was able to hit that floater. That is a tough, tough shot.
This is Ward now on the other end, as that lead is back out to 8 again for Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, as you said, desperately needs some bench depth, and they're hoping Sean Casano can provide that for them. And really, Dan Earl searching for somebody else off that bench. 6'9" freshman from Hilton Head.
Mocs have made their last 3 out of 5 shots until that miss there. And then underneath, it looks like they will be awarded possession of the ball again.
Chattanooga going to get Honor Huff back in the ball game. He's off to that hot start.
Yeah, Huff hitting the 2 3-pointers. Opened the year with 9 points. Now he has an average of 16. Brady sends it to the right side, gets it back at the top. An 8-point lead is now a 10-point lead.
Good job, Randy Brady, with a tough take there. Really physical ball handler, and we know that he can rebound, but if he can develop a little bit on the offensive end, that's going to be a real big bonus for Chattanooga.
The sophomore did not record a point or a rebound in 9 minutes of play versus Evansville. He bodies down low on that one to get his first basket in a while. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Evansville has gone 0 for 3 here in the last minute and a half. And a foul at the buzzer as time was expiring.
Yeah, that's a tough foul. They got Myles Che on it. He got his hands inside. And anytime you get your hands inside, you're susceptible to being called for that foul. But it's really unfortunate for the Mocs that it came under 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Martin, the transfer from Indiana State, has it in his hands. Back across top to Smart. Big hop step into the paint, and it's partially blocked by Alexis.
That's Sam Alexis. He averages about 3 blocks a game, averages a double-double. And that's what he does, protects the rim.
Che, who has had 14 turnovers here recently in this season, turns it over on one end. Alexis draws the foul, or is the fouler on the other end.
That was a meeting on the mountaintop. I mean, Bill going up on Sam Alexis, and Sam says, nay, nay.
This will result in some free throws for Beal, who is 60% on the season, making 6 out of 10. The junior out of Alberta, Canada, rattles it home.
I'm so distracted today by Myles Che's shoes. Does he plug those in at night, you think?
Oh, those hurt. I saw those when I first came in. I wasn't ready for that today. There you see the yellows that Che wears. Good camera work there by our crew. After missing the free throw, the lead stays at 9.
Chattanooga wants to be better in the half-court set, and I think that starts by the man having the ball, Sam Alexis, right now.
Isolation in the block.
That was that double team we talked about, but it wasn't a committed double team. It was just a little bit of a show of it.
Millen trying to hook it up and in, draws the foul.
They're going to get Beal on the foul. That'll send Millen to the line. That's first on Beal.
At the line for the Mocs, number 10.
So far, Millen today, 0 of 2, but 4 rebounds, 1 assist. And shooting for his first points of the afternoon.
Tyler Millen, the transfer from MTSU, and Coach Dan Earl pictured, was talking about, is like, look, we knew when we were getting Tyler Millen, we were getting a very good defender, a smart guy, but his scoring has surprised us a little bit, and his shot is a lot better than we suspected.
And he is so good at the free throw line, 91%. That will allow him to stay in games like the other day, which was a loss in overtime, but nonetheless, that's the kind of guy you want to have available. At the top, and another whistle.
It's the second time Chattanooga has gotten that touch foul out on a dribbler on the perimeter. The hands are just out in front, and you want to make that. If you can make that contact with the chest, they'll let you play. But when you start making that contact with the hands, they'll whistle you for it.
Kind of changes the story, doesn't it? Millen has 2 personal fouls. Will sit down. Whether or not he's out for the rest of this first half, it'll take at least 18, or make that rather 8 minutes for us to know for sure. Thrown out of bounds. Just the 4th turnover for the Red Hawks. They have now equaled the number by Chattanooga here in the first half. Mocs got off to a fantastic start, mainly led by Honor Huff. The lead was trimmed all the way down to 3, and here's Honor Huff off the back foot with his 3rd.
He is so good off of a screen. I mean, and you know a lot of pure shooters are. When he is able to come off of the run, catch the ball, and release, he is so good at that.
Honor Huff has made all 3 of his threes in the post. Turning for the shot early. Chattanooga looking to extend that lead now on a run, as they've made 3 out of their last 4, and the Red Hawks have gone cold, 0 of 3. Here's Honor Huff, off balance, hitting his 3rd. Chattanooga Athletics, Coca-Cola. Myles Che at the free throw line. His first trip to the free throw line, where he is 82%. We were talking about the productivity of Tyler Millen. Michael Che fits right in, making a high percentage of his shots.
And just a freshman. I mean, a bright future here for the Mocs.
He had 22 and 14 points against Louisville and Bellarmine. Is 4 of 11 shooting, or was 4 of 11 shooting since then, but has gotten off to a strong start here today.
The one thing Chattanooga's looking for today is 2 halves of what they consider Chattanooga basketball.
3 on the edge is home.
Rob Martin's one of those guys. I mean, he's one of the better three-point shooters for this SEMO club. He came in shooting 36% from 3 and just nails that one.
Zedek gets his man in the air, dribbles to the free throw line, pushes it back out to the hot shooting Huff. And the only problem with that play was Huff had too much time and it was way too wide open for him.
It's what it feels like, right? He's one of those guys to where you actually want somebody to put a hand in his face. But that's how it's been for him. But Chattanooga right now, they have a huge rebounding margin, 18-9. And that's a recipe for success for the Mocs.
Zedek bangs it off the back of that rim. Still with a very comfortable lead, 26-14 for Chattanooga.
Southeast Missouri is one of their last 5 on offense, and we just saw the one their last time down on the 3 by Martin.
They've won a game this year. Short off the front of the rim by Buescher. Davis in stride. Melson almost with the rebound. Did he get it? And they're going to give it to Chattanooga.
Great hustle by Noah Melson. Just a want to is all that is.
Watch the freshman right here. Going to work on the boards. Stepping out of bounds with it, Fitzgibbons. Boy, he just didn't have good position over there. Rudy Fitzgibbons, the junior. And so often, Will, it is such tight quarters down there.
We see that at least 2 or 3 times a game, right? It just guys catch that ball and take that jab step and hit the line there.
And if you're wearing 13s, it's even harder. On the drive, lost the ball out of bounds, but Redhawks will maintain possession. Rob Martin will inbound.
Chattanooga going to slide some substitutions in. They'll bring in Brady and Huff for Melson and Che.
Redhawks shooting 24% so far from the field. In the low post. Up and under. And too hard and fouled. Idada got pretty good position. Forced Zedek to come over the top, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he had great positioning. It's all about where you catch the ball sometimes, and he caught that ball in the restricted area down there, and he just pivoted one time, and he's at point-blank range.
The sophomore from the Netherlands was ruled ineligible last year by the NCAA, and they're happy to have his size on the floor. Boy, he missed that one. Far left.
Rudy Fitzgibbons, number 11 for Chattanooga, the transfer from the Citadel. Oh, Dan Earl really would like to see him become a steady contributor. That's a tough pass for Zedek to handle from Demetrius Davis.
Chattanooga is flirting with getting a 30-point lead here. Correction, 15-point lead. 30 would be a bit outrageous as there's some traffic on the floor.
Idada hit the ground hard there for SEMO.
Number 25, John Zedek, his second teammate.
Chattanooga comes into this Sunday afternoon matchup looking for their 5th win of the year. And up until Friday and up until Evansville, they had been perfect. And Evansville is going to leave and has left Chattanooga perfect with a record of 6-0.
Yeah, and in some of Chattanooga's wins, they had periods of play to where they didn't play all that great. They would have some scoring droughts in those games, but they would always find a way to win. And that game against Evansville, it was kind of like the time finally caught up to them when they had the drought at the wrong time against a team that went red hot.
Chattanooga lead is at 10 right now. Alexis, cornered. Shot clock is at 5. Brady spins and draws another foul. It would appear today that contact in and around the rim is going to get you to the free throw line.
Yeah, we'll get a look at it. Randy Brady, very physical with the basketball and put his guy in the spin cycle and got the foul call. Randy Brady really went to work in the offseason to change his body. I mean, he showed up this year in a lot better shape physically, and he's thinned up a little bit, and what's happened is it's made him quicker and just overall more athletic.
The right-hander pushes wide to the right on the first free throw.
And for the Hawks, number 10, Tyler Millen.
Brady is 1 of 3 on the season at the free throw line. And he makes that second one.
Yeah, Randy Brady, a native Chattanoogan, played his high school basketball at East Hamilton.
Idada brings him around to the top here. Chattanooga gets another rebound. It's their 23rd here in the first half. They are not allowing very many second chances for the Redhawks.
Yeah, you know what leads to a lot of rebounds? 21% shooting for the team you're playing.
Alexis for 3. Circled it around and out to the left.
And it has to be maddening for a coach like Brad Korn, who was coming off of a season where they won a conference title and they were, averaging 80 points a game, to struggle with shooting. It's just something that he's not used to.
Boy, they miss it from far, they miss it from close, and it's off the knee and out of play. And the Red Hawks, with a little bit of enthusiasm here, trying to will themselves closer. We've gotten to the under 4 with Chattanooga out in front.
I need to try it first.
At First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
Are you tired of constantly maintaining that old wood deck? If so, it's time to call Chattanooga Exteriors and let us help you say goodbye to staining and splinters. We are the area's largest installer of Trex decking and have been awarded the Trex Platinum Award. We can help guide you through the process from concept to completion. Call us today and receive no payments or interest for 1 full year. Choose the best to better your home. Visit ChattanoogaExteriors.com or call us today at 805-3800.
This ain't nothing but a little human therapy. Why me as my shoulders moving momentarily? Step left, but his hip go right. When they get it, I get it, they get hit, no tries like that.
Elevate how you hydrate and keep it smart with Smart Water Alkaline.
Red Hawks had gone from the 5:23 mark to the 3:52 mark without scoring any points. They have missed 3 shots in that period, 2 of those from behind the three-point line. They've missed a free throw, but they have picked up a rebound, and they maybe have gathered a little bit of momentum. At least they've shown some energy coming off the floor, now coming back out onto the floor.
Especially when you take into account that Chattanooga opened this game with a 12-0 run. They were up 12-0 in a blink of an eye. So Southeast Missouri has been able to fight back, try to struggle back to relevancy here in this game.
Will inbound with 20 seconds on the shot clock. This is Martin out in front. He's had a three-pointer today. Comes off the screen, elects to throw it to the right side to the team's leading scorer, who's Adam Larson, who has yet today to record a point. He has spent several minutes off the floor tending to an injury. Martin with the basket.
Boy, and there are some bodies colliding underneath the basket.
You sense that during the timeout that Dan Earl felt like it was getting a little too physical down low, right?
Yeah, I think he was referring to number 10 in Reddy Dada. He is playing super physical right now, and you love it if you're SEMO that the referees are allowing him to do that.
Sam Alexis breaks free for a dunk. 7 now for him as he starts to heat up maybe for Chattanooga. An 11-point advantage. Leading scorer from the corner for 3.
That's what SEMO is looking for. They have got to get Larson involved in the offense. He's just the purest shooter on their team, and they've got to figure out a way to get the sophomore the ball.
Yeah, he shoots 56% from behind the three-point line. Was successful last year 37% of the time from the arc.
Red Hawks number 11, Evan Hersher, his third.
Yeah, and he can flat out shoot it. And for a team that struggles in that aspect, and right now they've got it up to 26% from the field for SEMO, they are looking for a presence.
You see him right there in that low box, folks. That is 6'9", 180.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think you know job number one as he progresses in their program is you got to get some weight on him. I mean, just to be able to handle the rigors of college basketball. I wish I had that problem, right? Some guys, though, I mean, their metabolism is just so high that it's just almost impossible to get weight on them.
Brady has missed 3. He's made 1 at the free throw line. Alexis pulls down the rebound.
Nobody's ever tried to put weight on me.
And having seen you eat, I don't think, I don't know there's another option.
Mission accomplished.
Millen is fouled underneath. And returning into the game, Adam Larson. Boy, Larson went out momentarily, now he's back in. Larson out of Fenimore, Wisconsin, picking up his second personal foul. Here's Tyler Millen at the free throw line. He's coming off a season-high 14 points versus Evansville. He's still looking for his first basket.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments.
The free throws make it a 10-point lead here inside the Roundhouse McKenzie Arena in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Underneath on the give and go in the layup.
Great pass. Great pass. And that was really for SEMO. That came in flow of their offense. Some people watch Chattanooga, and I'm sorry, Todd, and they'll say, well, that was too quick of a shot for Chattanooga. In this offense that Chattanooga has, there's no such thing as too quick of a shot. They will take an open shot every single time.
Martin to the free throw line, and his pass is tipped away. Chattanooga has churned the Red Hawks over for the 5th time in this game. Davis thought about it, pulled it back down. The driving layup.
That was a ton of contact on that layup.
Che has made 3 field goals here in the first half. Alexis handles the defense on the switch. That one will not fall down for Elkamil. And so Chattanooga will have possession. They'll take a timeout up by 10.
Timeout, Chattanooga.
Much better action for Southeast Missouri here recently. And we've talked about Chattanooga so far. This has been a game of runs for them. And they're starting to inch their way back into this thing now, down only 10.
These two teams have each gone 1 of 6 in their last 6. Myles Che has been 3 of 4 so far.
And another low-scoring contest. Southeast Missouri only averaging 65 points per game.
Yeah, and giving up 83. Chattanooga is scoring 77 and allowing 65. There is 41 seconds left on the game clock. There is 24 on the shot clock. Want to remind everybody to stay with us at the half for the Papa John's halftime show. Where the Mocs win, you win. You can save 50% off of your Papa John's order by using the promo code MOCSWIN online at papajohns.com.
Number 35, Mason.
Southeast Missouri going to get, you see number 35 there, Mason Hamback in the game. He's a 7-footer, and he's from Jackson, Tennessee. So the lone Tennessean. Well, actually, no, they got 2 Tennesseans on this roster. Evan Ursher is the other one.
You know, he is a walk-on. I'm sure it didn't take long for the coach to make a thumbs-up decision on a 7-footer, right?
When you see a 7-footer, you know, you don't see him every day, right?
You want to play? Sure.
Yeah, they've got a couple of 7-footers. David Idada is a 7-footer, and Mason Hamback is the other.
Sam Alexis has gotten to 50% in this game from the free throw line out of 4 attempts. And Chattanooga's lead has grown here. There's about a second's difference between the shot and the game clock as the Red Hawks might try to drain this one all the way down. They trail by 12. Beal going up in the air, and he draws the foul with 7 seconds to go. Aggressive play along that baseline, rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
Team 9. At the line for SEMO, number 5, T.J. Beal.
Beal, 6'7", 205.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that come in and out. I mean, in Southeast Missouri, they play so many guys. And it's decent minutes, too. I mean, they only have 3 guys right now that are in double-digit minutes in this first half, and they've got 7 others in single-digit minutes.
The lead is 11. The lead is now 10. As Beal makes a pair, this will be a last shot by Chattanooga with 7 seconds to go after the inbound. They fired in quickly to Davis. Dribbles the length. Honor Huff has it stripped away. Red Hawks will get the final look. And the Red Hawks have trimmed the margin to 10 to close out our first half of action here in the final day of this tournament. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Papa John's halftime report from Chattanooga as the Mocs go to the locker room up by 10. Is the turnovers and the assists so far for Chattanooga in this game. They've turned it over 8 times. They have 5 assists in this game, and that is something that Dan Earl would really like to have a lot more of. He likes that see and share offense.
It does. See, share, shoot. That's what they say here in Chattanooga on their philosophy on how they play basketball. But SEMO, they've continued their poor shooting. You just hate to see it. They're at 27%, and obviously that's
Chattanooga. 45% shooting in the first half from the field, 36% from behind the arc. Those same numbers for the Red Hawks, 26 and 26%. One thing for certain that Dan Earl is excited about, his team is out-rebounded Southeast Missouri 26-15. One thing that he is most certainly disappointed is that they have left 8 points out there at the free throw line.
Yeah, and really one that jumps off the page at you for Southeast Missouri is they want to make their living from points in the paint. They've done a good job this year against teams dominating that painted area, but right now only 6 points for SEMO in the painted area.
Chattanooga attacking defensively out on top as the Red Hawks look to get off to a good start here in the second half. Larson shows the ball, pulls it back down, and Red Hawks under 9 on the shot clock, getting their first look here in the second half. And off that backside of the rim. So they'll go back down and set up defensively. Myles Che, 13 assists coming into this game on the season. Hoping he can be productive not only as a scorer but as a team player on the share portion as this one bounces in for Alexis.
Sam Alexis is so good at that. He doesn't require the ball on the block. He can get the ball off the block and work himself into that position, and he's such a good ball handler. And that shot, that turnaround jump shot for him has come light years along this season.
Corner toss goes to Stacker, and he was standing out of bounds. The transfer from Missouri State.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
Jan Zedek upset with himself on that one. He just let that short hop get right by him.
9th turnover of the game now for Chattanooga.
He's usually very sure-handed.
This will be the end of a long week of basketball for both these clubs. And a lot of it packed in right here in these last 3 days.
Yeah, on the drive to the basket, they're going to get Tyler Millen, I believe.
Foul on Mike's number 77, Myles.
Okay, it's on Che. It's on Che. It's his second.
That happens a lot these days. You find these guards on switches, they end up in the paint, and they are working hard.
Braxton Stacker, he was checking the dental work after that foul.
He is a 58% free throw shooter. And a little bit better right there, making his 8th of the season now. First points of the game for Stacker.
Yeah, as a team, they came in shooting 57% from free throw. It's been shooting woes from every which direction.
Stacker gets the game back to within 10. Myles Che with a left-handed dribble. Well, if anybody's going to learn a lot about what it's like to be in tournament play, it's going to be him here in this game, here this week. Alexis sizing it up.
He has quite simply, and this is not overstating it, he's been the best player on the court for Chattanooga this season consistently. And wow, what an answer from Adam Larson, who earlier in this game we didn't even know if he was going to be playing at this point, and he just knocks down another.
Alexis got his second, Adam Larson got his second, and we're right back to a 10-point game again.
Dan Earl upset. He was wanting a foul call there and did not get it.
Standing out front, Martin with it momentarily.
SEMO's got to figure out a way to get Adam Larson more shots. Yeah, he's just not touching the ball enough.
17:21 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Long hook early, misses badly, and took a shot to the hip. Myles Che dishes underneath for the assist.
Great look from Che, and Zedek wide open. But this again, I mean, Adam Larson, he came in averaging 11 points a game. He's their leading scorer. He's by far their leading shooter on this club, and you just don't feel like they get him as involved as they should.
Here it is again.
Great no look there by Che. SEMO's got to deny that position. You can't allow Zedek to stand down on the baseline in the paint like that.
That was his first basket of the game. And now he is off the floor. Alexis picks up his dribble. Honor Huff comes off the screen. Going to try to scoop it in, and he missed it on the run. Larson, ball fake, steps in. And a rebound, and a hard-earned one by Millen. Honor Huff. Short. Ball at the feet of Davis and a whistle.
Yeah, Alexis got, I think it was Idata, he got in the face, and now for the second time in the game, Smart is going to limp to the bench area. And I don't know, he's kind of holding his hamstring area, and boy, the Red Hawks are really fighting the injury bug right now.
Remember, we told you they used 12 players in the game against Evansville. They have lost to Evansville twice on the year. And this is Martin to the top of the key. Pulls up from the free throw line. Gets his own rebound. The third of the day out of the hands of Adam Larson.
Offensive rebounds lead to open looks. And an offensive rebound there for SEMO led to Larson. And I'm telling you, that this guy, they have just got to go to him.
Lead down to 9. Millen out to Davis. Davis has yet to score in this game. So far this year, with a shot clock down to 3, 2, and 1, there's a foul. On the season, for Demetrius Davis, he's gone every other game scoring this season. He scored 7. He was held scoreless. He scored 2, scoreless, and then 10. He's working hard. When we come back, Chattanooga, we'll be looking for more here in Chattanooga.
First Bank, we know big wins don't just happen under Friday night lights. They happen by Saturday night candlelight. At First Light. Or when keeping the lights on late. They happen any time that makes their eyes light up. Because it's your wins that make our communities shine. See community banking in a different light.
At Southeastern Freight Lines, our driving force is a commitment to quality without question, and we're seeking future leaders who want to make an impact in their community. Family owned since 1950, Southeastern is a best-in-class carrier, offering outstanding pay and benefits, a strong culture of integrity, and comprehensive training with top-notch equipment and service centers. There's never been a more exciting time to take the driver's seat. Join our team at SEFLcareers.com.
Good night.
Hey, I was watching that.
You've seen it like 10 times.
You've seen it 10 times?
I drive the carpool in the morning.
Yeah, we both have to get up early.
Just turn it back on.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have to move. Penske Truck Rental. Free and limited miles on one-way rentals to keep you moving forward.
There have been 25 personal fouls in the game today, and that was the 25th. And so Chattanooga will go to the free throw line after that foul by Idada. And Zedek will be shooting.
And one thing you notice is no Aquan Smart on the court for SEMO.
There's 15:20 left in this game. Zedek has made a three-pointer in every game. So there's plenty of time left to continue that streak, although he has only taken one three-pointer today, and of course he missed that one. And coaches will always say, well, if that part of your game isn't working, do something else for us.
Right.
Right?
Yep. It's like the doctor. I mean, it hurts when I move my arm like this. Well, then don't move your arm like that. Easier said than done. That's why these coaches have such a hard job. And when these guys are out there, sometimes they don't even realize things like that. Like, look, you did this twice down the court and it didn't work, and you continue to do it. Why? I'm not aware that I'm doing that, right? So I mean, that's what you have to fight through.
I'm not aware that I'm annoying you, just like Idada did here to Zedek.
Well, and Coach Dan Earl's been wanting that foul call on that particular individual, and he finally got it.
Tyler Huff with the ball in his hand. Has 12 today.
Sometimes as a coach, you got to lay that groundwork for things that you want later on in the game.
The right-handed drive. And Idada cannot get a break defensively against Zedek.
It's going to be his third.
Neither one of these teams can get into a rhythm, and some of this feels like it's because we have whistled to a stop an awful lot of plays.
Yeah, that was definitely a foul. He was moving into him and pushed him off balance, and Zedek struggling at the free throw line. I think that you go back to that Evansville game that Chattanooga lost that lead in. It was a big 2 foul shots in that game for Jan Zedek that could have kind of slowed that down a little bit. Jan missed both of those, and I know he prides himself on being a good free throw shooter.
And you do wonder if the officiating or if the play has had a lot to do with just the flow of this game. And there's the 4th of the day for Adam Larson.
Yeah. Any more questions? Right? I mean, the kid can do it. And Coach Dan Earl said, he's like, we know that he can shoot it. And the thing that makes him so dangerous is that he can get his shot off so fast. He has such a quick release.
Davis scores, and he snaps that string of scoring every other game. He scored 10 against Evansville. He's got his first basket here today. Idada left alone, and he flushes it.
I thought Dan Earl, going back to talking about Adam Larson for SEMO, I think that Dan Earl had a great quote today, and I'm going to steal it before you imply of such. I'm admitting it. But he said that Adam Larson is the kind of shooter that creates gravity. That when he gets the ball, it kind of pulls everybody towards him and it opens up other guys. I thought that was a great way to put that.
Just for future reference, I assume that everything you say
creates gravity,
has been lifted from somebody else.
I got you. Okay. I thought you were going to say everything I said created gravity.
Amongst other things. Martin, his first basket here in the second half. Huff will use a timeout. Dan Earl has seen enough. This lead is down to 7. Chattanooga wants to talk about it. So go. And with that guy right there, Adam Larson on the team, it feels like that streak is going to be extended, Will.
He's played really well in this ball game. He's carried the momentum for SEMO when at times it's looked like they were going to just go quietly here this afternoon. And one thing you know, he's got just a quick release, and a little bit differently in contrast to Honor Huff. Honor likes to be moving and catching off of a move. Adam Larson likes to be spotted up, and they want to get it to him in transition to kick to the line.
Redhawks have made 4 of their last 5. They've cut the lead to 7, and Zedek extends it back out to 10.
Jan Zedek is a guy that his shot is very underrated. He can scoot out there and knock a 3 down when you need him to.
He keeps his streak alive as he's made a 3 in every game this year.
Jan Zedek shooting above 40% from 3, and he has continued his great play. What a huge pickup for Coach Dan Earl as a transfer, as he can do just that. Step out to that three-point line. He has great touch under the basket. Good player.
Seems like every time the Hawks get within striking distance, Chattanooga comes up with a big play. Larson guarded closely. He'll peel it back off to Martin. Rob Martin comes to the free throw line. This is Beal now.
Great defense from Brady.
Puts the ball on the floor, tries to get closer, and he is stripped.
Really good defense by Randy Brady. That was impressive.
The trailer on the run. And then the missed follow-up.
You'll see Chattanooga defensively. They switch often. They will switch on every screen. It's not a communication thing. That's how they play. They will switch on everything.
Che steps in front of it. Myles Che had Brady on the left side filling the lane, and the dribble got away from him.
Yeah, Myles Che would pay cash money to have that back. Did everything right.
Right up to the end.
Brady upset because that's 2 easy ones for him. Myles Che, just a freshman. He is a work in progress. He is getting OJT, on the job training.
Martin pulls up in the wing. And then a miscommunication as Ward throws it into the first row.
Now that may have hit the new construction here at the Roundhouse.
Might have punched a hole through it. That ball was moving. Chattanooga once again out in front by 10. We're at the under 12. We're in Chattanooga. This is the final day of this tournament here that got started on Friday, and the Mocs want to go out on a winning note.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
You work here?
No, I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble. Nana.
She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit.
What?
Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played.
Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
This winter, gift yourself what you really want during Kia's Season of Giving Back sales event. Kia is giving great deals on the confidently capable Sorento and the spacious Sportage. Not to mention the great deals on even more vehicles, like the all-electric EV6 and the fun-to-drive Forte. So visit your local Kia dealer and enjoy Kia's Season of Giving Back. Kia, movement that inspires.
Over the past 2 years, Jersey Mike's fundraiser for Feeding America has been a huge success. Their efforts helped provide more than 75 million meals when people needed it most. But there's still work to be done.
Thank you, Claire. This year, we'd like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's for another special weekend. Come in this Saturday and Sunday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to Feeding America, helping families in need.
Together, we always make a difference.
Milano? Rich dark chocolate hidden between delicate cookies. Wow, these are fancy.
What did you say?
Fancy.
Fancy?
Fancy.
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 Ooh, fancy.
It's Black Friday at Pandora Jewelry. Save up to 40% on your purchase November 18th through the 28th. Pieces you love at prices you'll adore. Only at Pandora Jewelry.
Sam Alexis and Don Zedek, the big guys for this team. They're both 6'9", so the app on my phone has told me that they average 6'9", by the way. One's 240, one's 230. One's a sophomore, one's a grad student, and you see some of the numbers they've posted here today.
Sam Alexis came in averaging a double-double. He's getting close. He's got 14 points and 8 rebounds to go along with 1 block. He averages 3 blocks on the year, so he's a couple of rebounds shy of hitting that mark.
There's Zedek right there. Boy, he has worked awfully hard this afternoon to get his 11 points. And you talked about the 3 rebounds. He's played 17 minutes so far. There's 11:50 to go here in the second and final half of regulation. Here's Zedek drifting in.
Some big men have to sacrifice size for touch, but Jan Zedek has the size, and he has just such a great touch around the rim. He is able to float the ball up, kiss it off the backboard, and get those friendly rolls.
He has got 10 points now here in the second half, and there is a battle going on down below, and here is a blow-by layup.
They are letting that go. And I'm telling you, Idata for SEMO, if he's on your team, you love him. He plays so hard and so physically. He's playing with 3 fouls also.
Dropping it in and not able to handle it, Demetrius Davis, although he gave a run at the rim with it. Just couldn't command that one to go down. Here's the first missed 3 now by Larson.
Boy, and if you're SEMO, you want Idata to shoot that ball. He had it point blank right there on a smaller man. He just needs to turn around and shoot the ball.
Martin on a solo drive. Shot clock down to 3. The ball's never touched the rim. And Chattanooga will get possession after it rolls out.
I love the intensity that Idata plays with. I mean, he's a big man, too. He's 7-footer, and he is not slight in frame. He has some muscles hanging on him, and he just plays so physically. He's the kind of guy that if you're playing pickup ball against, you're asking, hey, why are you going so hard? Will you take it easy?
Please?
Yeah, please, sir.
Rudy Fitzgibbon, who has had spot play today, to Casano. Getting his first minutes in a Chattanooga uniform. And adding to some of that depth for Chattanooga, which has been roughly about 9 players. Sam Alexis on the second effort.
Smart pass from Myles Che. Threw it up there in stride to Alexis, and Sam Alexis is going to finish that most of the time.
He had 9 at the half. He's got 16 in the game now. This is Beal with the offhand. Cusano with the block. Cusano represents another big body for Chattanooga. He's a 6'9" freshman. Alexis between the legs with it. Picks it up. Myles Che almost lost it on the dribble. And he throws this one out of bounds. Yeah. He was arguing or litigating that the ball was touched before it went out of bounds. And the officials saw it differently.
Yeah, unforced error there for Che. Just got in too big of a hurry. You get the sense for Chattanooga that we just need to get Alexis a touch. You know, I mean, we Chattanooga gets away from that sometimes, but need to get the big man a touch.
Chattanooga with a rebound. Cusano on that right wing. And then too close on the defense is Martin, and he'll draw the foul. But Myles Che has drawn some defensive attention here.
Yeah, the ball's sticking with him a little too long, you know, for the offensive formula for Chattanooga. I mean, they want to move the ball a little bit more.
Che picks it up. Alexis to the high post. Che cutting to the basket for a layup.
I'm struggling to find something that Sam Alexis doesn't do well. I mean, that was a great bounce pass for the easy bucket.
B.J. Ward had it momentarily as the Red Hawks continue to move it around the wing here, trying to space the floor out. Beal backing in. On the post, 7 seconds on the shot clock. With 1 second on the shot clock, rolls off the back of the rim. Martin has it now, and Martin comes to the free throw line where he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, they're going to get Tyler Millen. He's pleading his case, but that was a foul.
Foul on number 10, Tyler Millen, his third.
Chattanooga going to get Honor Huff back in the game along with Randy Brady.
Millen now 1 of 3 with 3 personal fouls. He'll join Zedek and Alexis. And I just don't feel like any lead today is ever going to feel like it's enough for Chattanooga after allowing a 20-point lead to slip away in a loss on Friday. Larson off the screen misses.
But, you know, sometimes you have to, as a coach, pull positive from negatives, right? So for Chattanooga, the positive that Dan Earl's going to try to pull from that is, look, you know, we have to play better with a lead. You know, not to say they got complacent with the lead, but they changed what they were doing when they got the lead.
The lead is bigger than 10. And these two teams have gone a little cold here in this stretch.
Yeah, you're right. SEMO has not scored in 3:42.
Alexis. Pretty talented on that baseline when the ball goes on the deck. He's up to 18 now, and the Red Hawks not sure how much more they can tolerate as this lead continues to grow and the clock continues to dwindle. Right at the 7-minute mark here in Chattanooga, Sam Alexis, one of his 18 points here today.
This winter, gift yourself what you really want during Kia's season of Giving Back sales event. Kia is giving great deals on the confidently capable Sorento and the spacious Sportage. Not to mention the great deals on even more vehicles, like the all-electric EV6 and the fun-to-drive Forte. So visit your local Kia dealer and enjoy Kia's season of Giving Back. Kia, movement that inspires.
Okay, get this right, and you get my free ticket to tonight's game. Who is my all-time favorite receiver?
Oh, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes, Larry Fitzgerald.
Hey, I heard you got an extra ticket to the game tonight. I would love to go.
Yeah, sure. It's all yours, Larry.
Thanks, Billy. I'll meet you out front.
What? Yeah, okay. It's Bob, but okay. Yeah.
He doesn't know your name, dude.
I guess I'm Bill now.
With Vivid Seats, when you buy 10 tickets, you can get your 11th free.
With Visit Sour Cream, every bite gets better. Every dollop, every squeeze, every moment together. Hop it up, pick it up. You can never get enough. When you do $1 for Daisy. Good food tastes better with $1 for Daisy. $2, yeah. Everything tastes better with $1 for Daisy.
Chattanooga with a commanding lead here in the second half, 58-42, but work is still yet to be done with 7 minutes remaining in this one. Mocs last year reaching the Southern Conference Tournament title game before bowing out to Furman. And after that game, they knew immediately, mathematically, that they had to replace 79% of their scoring, and a lot of it left the program with the graduation of Jake Stevens. And so you go to work and you start recruiting people.
Jake Stevens left such a huge hole in this lineup, and it's hard to replace a guy like that. Jake now in the D League in the NBA, or the G League, I guess they call it.
And yet you referred to it as the D League.
That's what they used to call it.
Chattanooga working their motion offense here, and they're working the clock down. It's at 5. Millen with the left hand hangs on the rim and comes out.
Wow, I don't know how that didn't go in.
Stacker to Ward. But you wonder, with the lead and the time, if this is where you have to have your three-point personnel, or if you're still comfortable trying to lull them in from down low.
Southeast Missouri gets their first basket in 5 minutes and 6 seconds.
That was Handback's first of the game. Tyler Huff with the floater. And he gets those points right back.
It's Honor Huff's first basket of this second half, I do believe.
It is. He's got 14 now. You know, he opened the year with 9. And he is heated up. Brady tips it around. Stacker gets it back. Head fake off the glass. His first field goal here of the game. Red Hawks just hanging around here. It has been hard work this afternoon, though, for them to get much closer than double digits.
Yeah, they're going to give Sam Alexis a break before the stretch run of this game begins. They'll try to get it to the media timeout and give Sam a little bit of a break.
Martin picked up by Huff. Stacker dribbling in hard, leaning in hard, drawing the foul and the basket.
Great job there, as looked like Brady was playing the good defense, was trying to reach in there and knock the ball loose, and a great job there by Braxton Stacker, the guard from Fairview Heights, Illinois.
Transfer from Missouri State, using all 6'5" of that frame, and he misses his first out of 3 free throws today. Lead is 12. Honor Huff pressing the defense, and the floater goes in.
Honor Huff has such a talent for making shots that you don't think there's any chance he's going to make, right? It's just
exactly
with a hand in his face, he finds a way.
Sometimes that'll get you a little bit more focused. Stacker. Talk about shots that you don't think's got a shot, and this one, unfortunately, for the Redhawks, misses. Boy, that one had gone in. That would have been equally as impressive as the one Honor Huff just threw in.
It's really interesting when Chattanooga, when Myles Che is on the bench, Honor Huff is not a natural point guard. He's a two guard. So they're really operating with Rudy Fitzgibbons, who just had the shot block, and Honor Huff out there at the guard position. Fitzgibbons may be more of a guard than Huff, point guard.
Chattanooga led by 10 at the break, 35-25. They're out in front by 12 here, under 4 to go in the second half.
Let's talk trash. Since 2016, we've reduced the amount of litter on our roadways by, drum roll please, 12%. But there are still 88 million pieces of litter on our roadways, which is just way too many millions. Come on, people, help a cup out. Let's do this. Join the movement at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
If your tamer passions include climbing, hang gliding, and river surfing, some may call you a hair-on-fire risk taker. We'd say, nah. They might not realize you're also a nonconformist, craft curator, history buff, art-loving experience collector. But ask a Chattanoogan, we just call you one of us.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow. Just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Because this isn't just about our capability. It's about yours.
The Mocs and the Redhawks are both seeking their first win here in the Coke Zero Sugar Classic, and it's going to happen here on the final day of this tournament as SEMO and Chattanooga played along with the Evansville Purple Aces. The three teams involved in this. Chattanooga opened up with Evansville and lost in overtime. Evansville polished off Southeast Missouri yesterday. And then this game here today will conclude things.
This tournament in Chattanooga is a tradition. It's gone by a couple of different names. The Coke Zero Sugar Classic now, but Chattanooga's a city used to playing Thanksgiving break basketball.
Zedek powers through for a basket.
Before that started, Honor Huff and Jan Zedek were having a conversation before the play was whistled in, and I think they just did exactly what they were talking about.
Got together, and here's the result of that conversation. Zedek makes the +1. Zedek had 3 points in the first half, all 3 from the free throw line. He now has 16 here in this game. Basket and one now for the Redhawks. Ward making the basket.
SEMO just not going away. I mean, they are hanging tough in there, and they're going to get Idada back in there as that physical presence, and they're going to take Larson out. I just wonder if that goes back to that first half injury for Larson. If they just, you know what, we don't want to push this more than we have to.
Lead still at 15 after the miss. Alexis on the right-handed dribble to the right side. Tipped away and out of play.
A.J. Caldwell Chattanooga assistant coach over there, former player in Chattanooga with a good catch.
I think he's still getting comfortable being called coach.
Right, yeah.
Right.
AJ played, it seemed like so many years here. He had the COVID year, and I think he ended up playing, 4 full seasons here in Chattanooga.
I thought you could have delivered at some point his mail here.
You still can.
Yeah. Huff attracts a double team. Alexis is left alone, bangs it off that front of the rim, and Brady hauls in the rebound. And for Randy Brady, that is his 6th now of the game. Sam Alexis has 9 rebounds, 18 points. Adam Larson has 12 for the Red Hawks. He is their leading scorer. And this one will take Honor Huff to the free throw line after falling through.
I thought for a moment that Honor Huff was throwing an oop to Sam Alexis coming off of the screen and roll. But no, he was shooting, and it went in and one.
Honor Huff has not made a three-pointer in the second half, and yet he still has 18. So he has had the presence of mind and the skill set to get it done now from all 3 areas of the floor as he makes his first free throw. So he's hit from the line, he's hit from the field, and he's knocked him down from behind the arc. Larson guarded quickly before he could pull the trigger. Idada on that post, playing with some fouls. Bounce pass to Larson, and stripped of it on the way up, and drawing the foul.
Good movement to the basket. Great cut from Larson. And Idada was stranded on the deserted island there for a moment, looking for a place to go with the ball. Just a good cut there.
Sophomore goes to the free throw line for the first time. And he has made every free throw he has taken this year, now being 7 of 7. Missing his first. Chattanooga now going to milk that clock. There's clearly enough points on the board. As Che will back out, Honor Huff with him at the guard spots.
Sam Alexis still looking for that 1 rebound to hit his average of that double-double.
Turned it over with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Martin's right-hander. Idada with a rebound. And he is pushed around underneath, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul on the box, number 4, Sam Alexis. His 4th, team 9.
4th personal foul on Sam Alexis. Idada to the line for the 3rd time in this game.
And Idada has 12 rebounds to go along with 6 points. He's played well. He gives you those hard minutes.
Very good look at him right there. He is a presence to be dealt with.
And for the Red Hawks, number 44, Braxton Stacker.
And he wants to get this next free throw and even things up in that column. If he makes it, he'll be 50% from the free throw line on the day. And he dips below that number. He is stuck on 6 points in the game. He's missed 4 at the free throw line. He's made 2.
Hey fans, they missed 2. They made a haircut for you. Scan QR code.
And for Chattanooga, this is going to feel somewhat like a relief. Expected to possibly win this game today. When you look at the records, Chattanooga, you see there on the screen 4-1. The Red Hawks 1-4. You had a disappointing loss to Evansville, who is going to come out of this tournament with 2 wins. And if things, for some reason, would go crazy, these would be the guys that would be in trouble if somehow things got tied. Alexis playing with 4, and then Millen and Zedek there with their 3.
Yeah, Chattanooga has led this game start to finish. And they opened up with a 12-0 run and have been able to maintain that. And as you mentioned, the last time out, they gave up a 20-point second-half lead. So able to exercise a little bit of those demons and get that bad taste out of your mouth before you move on with the season here. So an important game for Chattanooga today, too, who still, and it sounds, I feel like we keep saying it when we talk about Chattanooga, who is still trying to find out what their rotation is. And we've seen a little bit more of Rudy Fitzgibbons. We've seen some of Noah Melson, maybe not as much as we've seen of him. Maybe a little bit more Demetrius Davis tonight than we have seen in the past.
It feels like the rotation might be more set, but the minutes are going to swing one way or the other.
Right, and you know, trying to get to Cusano in the game today for Chattanooga, I think, is big to see if what he can give you. Of course, Chattanooga has Trey Bonham on their bench, the transfer from Florida. He plays the guard position. He will be ineligible this year due to the two-time transfer rule by the NCAA. NCAA, man, they can be no fun at times, huh?
Rumor has it, full court press. Millen. Still not over the timeline. They let the big fella bring it across down the dribble, and he is tied up and fouled. And boy, that's a difficult foul for the Seahawks to have to admit to.
Number 3 at 1, Smart, his fourth.
Yeah, Chattanooga's excited about the prospects for next season, and if they don't get the waiver approved, and you don't get that one approved, but they're excited about the prospect of having Trey Bonham in the mix with an Honor Huff and with a Myles Che. So the future looks bright for Chattanooga, and you forget Sam Alexis, only a sophomore, and I think the game for Chattanooga is going to be, can you re-recruit Sam Alexis? Because there are some clubs that may come calling,
if not already.
Yep.
This one's going to go against Chattanooga underneath that net. Well, we talked about the foul trouble for Chattanooga. Millen here picks up another one. That's his fourth. He's the second of 2 with 4 now. He joins Sam Alexis. On the other side, Smart has 4.
Sorry, Todd. Tyler Millen had fairly decent spacing on that play. But we go back to what we were talking about with Sam Alexis, and that's what coaches have to do now. You have to set aside a period at the end of the season that you almost have to re-recruit your own players, especially if they have seasons like it looks like Sam Alexis is working on. You got to try to convince these guys to stay, because the big boys will come calling.
Yeah, you're re-recruiting your team 3 times a year now.
Right.
And it's that way in every sport. Timeout taken by Chattanooga. Dan Earl didn't like the fact that they couldn't get it inbounds, so he burns a 20.
Yeah, some full court pressure applied by SEMO as they're still playing hard. They've not given up, and that's not the problem so far for Coach Brad Korn. This is not a team that has lacked the effort or the hustle or the want to win. It's just a team that, quite frankly, has just not shot the ball well enough. And you see 32% in this ball game as a shooting percentage for SEMO. They came in, shooting right around that as a team. So no improvement, kind of more of the same.
One more chirp for the Red Hawks. After this one here, they will be on the road at Kansas City. And then a couple of home games against Missouri Baptist and Harris Stowe. And they will play right up to December the 21st. And for Chattanooga, they will play right up to the 22nd. They're on the road at Milwaukee. It's part of a 3-game stretch at Milwaukee, Auburn, and then the start of league play against Samford. And that is a highly anticipated matchup between the two.
Really good looking press break by Chattanooga there.
Now the Red Hawks, knowing that the clock is down to 1:18, that if they can get a steal and if they can hit a couple of shots, the possibility is there in their mind that they can claw back into this one. They saw Chattanooga give up the lead against Evansville, and they're trying to force the same set of circumstances here in this game.
Referee says it's a 2-shot foul, right? And
Yes.
that was a problem for Chattanooga in that last game, is they had a 1-and-1 that nobody knew was a 1-and-1. And so Chattanooga grabs it and throws it to the official who's standing out of bounds. It was a turnover. And Dan Earl said today, he's like, the laundry list of things that you have to go over with a team is really never over. Like,
right.
So we had to go over, listen, guys, we got to know if it's a 2-shot foul or 1-on-1 or what it is. And he said these are just the things that you add to the list as the season moves on.
Three-pointers off the mark. Yeah, you got to pull that list out every year and just check it off.
Yeah, he said those are the things. He's like, to go along with, how you commit fouls at the end of the game when we're trying to foul. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. He's like, we go over that. We go over all the, the managerial type stuff. You forget about those little things.
Yeah, and his club this year in the coaches poll picked 5th, and in the media poll. Let's not ignore the obvious. How often do the media and the coaches get along when it comes to picking polls and players, right?
Not often.
And as you might expect, Furman chosen by both to win the league. And then that's when the discrepancies start. Western Carolina, by many, is considered to be either the second or third best team in the league coming into the season. As Myles Che hits on a pair.
It's harder than ever to try to predict in the preseason these teams' records because the roster turnover is so great.
Basket and one coming up. As Rob Martin got in the air, managed to stay in the air long enough to loft that one in.
We have reached the whistled portion of the game.
Yes. Just in case you were afraid that you missed it.
Myles Che commits the foul there, and Chattanooga is really happy with the defense that they've gotten from Myles Che. They said in the preseason he had an issue with fouling while playing defense a lot, and they said, we thought that was going to be an issue once we got into the season, but it's simply not been.
Chattanooga led by 15 at the half, and the Red Hawks have never tied nor had the lead, with the exception of when this game, and we had to wait for a moment, had its first basket.
And number 77, Myles Che.
As these two coaches continue to substitute here in the final seconds.
You just don't want to foul if you're Chattanooga.
Larson dropped it, couldn't get a shot off, and then it was missed by Ward. Millen's going to pull up. Dan Earl tells his team, we've got enough, and there's not enough clock left for the Red Hawks. Challenging afternoon, challenging tournament for the Red Hawks. One thing is for sure, as Will and I put together our final thoughts, the Red Hawks from time to time made this game interesting, and they really worked on how they close out a game as they let the clock expire, and the Red Hawks will inbound to finish out this game.
And for Chattanooga, they were able to answer after a disappointing last time out and able to get the W here to end the weekend.
So for Chattanooga, success after a loss, and they'll try to reestablish themselves as a team that can go on a streak and win games in